Hello, Chris. I'm doing this video asking for help in the rescue community. I'm here with Fufi, my other chow, our chow of 15 years, John Jen. Dan is on his way to put him down. And so he's not here for the video. So this morning, as we were loading up John Jen into the car, animal control showed up onto our property. And when I confronted them, I was like, what's going on? What have you, they're asking, what have you been doing? And I said, well, we've been contacting rescues and Facebook pages, and we're in contact with Chris Kelly. And they're like, well, no, you're not. You're not working with her. We've spoken to her. She's not doing it. Not working with you. And I'm like, no, I have recent messages with her. I am working with her. And the lieutenant was like, no, you're not. And Leslie, the other officer, was like, yeah, well, I've spoken to her several times, and she's said that, nothing's happening. You're not working with her. And that's far from the truth. So I don't appreciate being called a liar, so I order them off my property. And after several minutes of them yelling to get off the property, they finally did, and Dan spoke to them. And they told Dan to, well, we can go ahead and you can take John Jen to our facility, and we'll take care of everything, and stuff. And so Dan gets there, and he finds out that no, they're not going to take care of anything, that, we have to pay $25, but okay, fine. But then we have to sign ownership over to our dog to have them put to sleep. And then on top of it, we're not even allowed to be present. You can't be present in putting your dog down after 15 years of loving them. And the reason is because it upsets the staff. Well, I really don't give a shit if it upsets the staff. How do you think it makes me feel? And then we're supposed to let him die alone? It's ridiculous. So, as they left, they gave us a fine of $119, which we will be fined every day until we get rid of all of our dogs at this time, period. So, we've been dealing with this animal control for 3 years now, asking for help, get really on it, get beat down from not getting any help, no one adopting, no one coming for rescue, nothing. We've had most of these dogs for 7 years or more. And, our dream was to go ahead and just get a kennel license and get animal control off our back. But we can't afford it because shortly afterwards, I became unemployed. And we almost lost the home. And we finally have gotten a little bit on our feet. And now we're back with animal control doing this with us. So we've had most of these dogs for 7 years because we had 2 litters of puppies that weren't ours. What we had was two dogs dumped on our property. We had come here, Red. We had this guy's mother, Jill, and another girl I'll show shortly, Squirt. Jill had 13 puppies and Squirt had 5. And one was tied up to our front door and the other one was tied up to our fence post. We were working with a rescue, and what happened was is the rescue went under and failed to inform us what happened, and we were left with all these dogs. So this was in the spring of 2010, when the economy was very, very bad. And so we've been trying. We've had like 4 adoptions. We've had several other dogs that we've had major medical issues and cancer and being attacked by coyotes, and we've had rattlesnake bites, and we've had people help us with the coyotes and the rattlesnake, but we can't get any help with getting these dogs to a safe place. And animal control wants to take the dogs, 25 of them, and take them to the shelter. But we've been told by inside sources, but to be able to go ahead and do that, to take our dogs, they're going to have to put down 25 dogs to free up the kennels. And I can't justify letting 25 dogs die so they can go ahead and take mine. And then on top of it, Jennifer, at their rescue coordinator, is telling me that, they have all these rescues lined up to go ahead and take the dogs. But I'm hearing everywhere on Facebook and when contacting rescues that everyone's full. No one has the room, no one has the fosters, no one has the money to go ahead and do it. And we're paying this out of our pocket. We're spending $80 every 10 days to feed them. And we've been doing this for years. And then to have them take my animals to supposedly give to rescues, but their policy is they don't give out third-party information. Well, excuse me, but I do believe that they're a public entity, and the public has a right to know that information. So if they have rescues lined up that are going to take them, I want to know who the rescues are so I can thank them for their help. What do I have to do is go ahead and file a Freedom of Information Act for them to go ahead and do stuff? And Commander Myers, who's in charge of all the animal control officers here in Riverside, all he cares about is that, you have too many dogs. You're breaking the kennel ordinance. We're going to fine you the $119 a day until you reduce all the numbers. No caring for the animals. Every animal control officer that's ever been here has stated that the dogs are in no medical danger. They're in no immediate danger. That they're well taken care for and loved. So why do they have to be taken to a shelter to sit there and be frightened and then eventually be put down because everyone's full? Just thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. It's just that this has been such a awful experience dealing with animal control and trying to figure out how to go ahead and get this kennel license. I mean, I have 5 acres. I live in a rural property that has mixed land usage for residents and agriculture. And I can't even all I need to get is a 3rd-class kennel license, and this would be over with. But to go through the process and that, a neighbor tells me that's like $4,500. Just this month alone in fines, we're going to get $4,500. With all this, I haven't been able to work in doing Uber to go ahead and help take care of these. So everything that I was going to do for the dogs with my tax return has now been going on just dealing with living expenses because I can't work. Because I'm scared animal control is going to steal my dogs from me. All I want them is to have good freaking homes. That they're going to be loved and not abused. And not be put in a frightening situation where they're going to wind up being detrimental to themselves and be put down. So thank you, Chris, for your time. I appreciate it.